it down.
Poor Paddy works on the railway. In 1841, me corduroy breeches I put on, me corduroy breeches I put on to work upon the railway. I was wearing corduroy breeches, digging ditches, pulling switches, working on the railway. In 1842 from Hartlepool I moved to Crewe, found myself a job to do, working on the railway. I was wearing corduroy breeches, digging ditches, pulling switches, dodging hitches. I was working on the railway. In 1843 I broke the shovel across me knee, I broke the shovel across me knee and worked upon the railway. I was wearing corduroy breeches, digging ditches, pulling switches, dodging hitches. I was working on the railway. In 1844 I landed on the Liverpool shore, landed on the Liverpool shore to work upon the railway. In 1845 oh, Danny O'Connell was alive, when Danny O'Connell he was alive, working on the railway. I was wearing corduroy bridges, digging ditches, pulling switches, dodging hitches. I was working on the railway. In 1846 I changed my trade from carrying bricks, I changed my trade from carrying bricks to working on the railway. I was wearing corduroy bridges, digging ditches, pulling switches, dodging hitches. I was working on the railway. In 1847 poor Paddy was thinking of going to heaven. Now Paddy was thinking of going to heaven to work upon the railway, the railway. I was wearing corduroy breeches, digging ditches, pulling switches, dodging hitches. I was working on the railway. Thank you very much indeed. What's the use of wearing braces, hats and spats and boots with laces? I do buy in places down in Brompton Road. What's the use of shirts of cotton, sads that always get forgotten? These affairs are simply rotten, better far is woad. Woad's the stuff to show men, woad to scare your foemen. Boil it to a brilliant hue and rub it on your back and you're a doman. Britons never could hit on anything as good as woad to fit on neck or knee or where you sit on. Sailors, you'll be blowed. Romans came across the channel all dressed up in tin and flannel. Half a pint of woad per mantle, dress us more than these. Saxons, you can waste your stitches building beds for bugs in breeches. We have clothes we have woad to clothe us, which is not a nest for fleas. Romans, keep your armours, Saxons, your pyjamas. Hairy coats were made for goats, gorillas, yaks, retriever dogs and llamas. Tramp up Snowdon with your woad on, never mind if you get rained or blowed on. Never need a button sewed on, go it ancient bees. I'm a rambler, I'm a gambler, I'm a long way from home, and if you don't like me, well, leave me alone. I'll eat when I'm hungry, I'll drink when I'm dry, and the moonshine don't kill me, I'll live till I die. I'll go to some hollow in this country, 10 gallons of wash I can go on a spree. No women to follow, the world is all mine, and I love none so well as the love the moonshine. Dear moonshine, oh how I love thee. You kill me, old father, but you try me. Now bless all moonshiners and bless all moonshine. Their breath smells as sweet as the dew on the vine. I'm a rambler, I'm a gambler, I'm a long way from home, and if you don't like me, well, leave me alone. I'll eat when I'm hungry, I'll drink when I'm dry, and the moonshine don't kill me, I'll live till I die. Got one for the RAF now. Albert Brown went off to join the parachute brigade. Albert Brown went off to join the parachute brigade. Albert Brown went off to join the parachute brigade, and he ain't gonna jump no more. He packed his vest and underpants instead of a parachute. He packed his vest and underpants instead of a parachute. He packed his vest and underpants instead of a parachute, and he ain't gonna jump no more. They dropped him from a Lancaster at 40,000 feet. They dropped him from a Lancaster at 40,000 feet. They dropped him from a Lancaster at 40,000 feet, and he ain't gonna jump no more. They scraped him off the runway like a dollop of strawberry jam. They scraped him off the runway like a dollop of strawberry jam. They scraped him off the runway like a dollop of strawberry jam, and he ain't gonna jump no more. They took him home to mother on a piece of 4x2. They took him home to mother on a piece of 4x2. They took him home to mother on a piece of 4x2, and he ain't gonna jump no more. Bum, bum. Oh, me name is Dick Darby, I'm a cobbler, and spending me time at thou camp. Some call me an old agitator, but now I'm resolved to repent. With an inkling of an idea, with an inkling of an idol, with a roop randy, and me lobstone keeps fading away. Now, me father was hung for sheep stealing, me mother was burned for a witch, me sister's a dandy housekeeper, and I am the son of the witch. With an inkling of an idea, with an inkling of an idol, with a roop randy, and me lobstone keeps fading away. Now me wife, she is lumpy, she's bumpy. Me wife, she's a devil, she's crack. And no matter what I may do with her tongue it goes clickety-clack. With an inkling of an idea, with an inkling of an idol, with a roop randy, and me lobstone keeps fading away. Oh, Albert Brown. No, I don't Albert Brown. Oh dear, oh dear. There was a wild colonial boy, Jack Duggan was his name. He was born and raised in Ireland in a place called Castlemaine. He was his father's only son, his mother's pride and joy, and dearly did his parents love the wild colonial boy. He left his native home at the age of 16 years. He left his native home, and to Australia's sunny shore he was inclined to roam. He robbed the rich, he helped the poor, he shot James McAvoy. A terror to Australia was that wild colonial boy. Out one day across the prairie, as Jackie rode along, listening to the mockingbird with his melodious song, up rode a band of troopers, then Kinley, Davis and Fitzroy. They all set out to capture him, the wild colonial boy. Surrender now, Jack Duggan, for you see it's 3-1. Surrender in the King's high name, you are a blundering son. Jack drew 2 pistols from his belt and proudly waved them high. I'll fight but not surrender, said the wild colonial boy. They fired a shot to Kelly that brought him to the ground, and turning round to Davis he received a fatal wound from the pistol of Fitzroy, and that was how they captured him, the wild colonial boy. Thank you. I've travelled all over this world, and now to another I go. No, I can't remember the words of that. What's that one about the...
Yes, no more.
Can't do that one, it's do it with one. What's the other one about the chap going into the bar and... no, I've got whiskey. No, I've got...
Whiskey, water of life.
No,
Nigel does.
No, it's...